Now on the ground level, there are a total of 8 doors, 2 doors per wall. But of the 8 doors, only 1 was originally functional, and that is the door here that leads into the Church of San Lorenzo. So the question is, if only 1 door works, why the other 7 doors? The answer? Symmetry, right? If this is Renaissance architecture, it is largely inspired by classical Greek and Roman architecture, which of course demands symmetry. But the question is Michelangelo incorporating 7 useless doors into his design because he is a faithful disciple of classical architecture? Or is he doing it to demonstrate that the rules of classical architecture force you to do things which don't necessarily make sense? In fact, above each of the doors, you have a niche. And the architectural function of a niche is to contain a statue. But we know from the designs that Michelangelo left behind that he had no intention at all of putting statues inside of niches. So the question is, why use the niche? And then above the niche, you have this rounded pediment. Okay? Rounded but not semicircular. It's that crown, technically, that you see up above. And look at the way that pediment is positioned between those 2 gray stone pilaster capitals. The adjective crammed or squished immediately come to mind. I mean, we're talking about Michelangelo here as the architect. I would imagine that he could have come up with a more harmonious relationship between pediment and surrounding capitals. But I think Michelangelo's doing it on purpose. In fact, if you look carefully, it looks like he's pushing that pediment in so hard that the central 2/3 of the pediment actually pop out. Now, if you are an architect, you are jumping for joy because what you're looking at here is the first ever broken pediment in the history of architecture. But just as important, the material of which the pediment is made, which is marble, versus the gray stone, which is pietra serena, right, a type of material introduced by Brunelleschi, and it became the sort of architectural material par excellence. And so what you have is marble versus pietra serena. Marble, a material normally associated with sculpture. Pietra serena, usually a material associated with architecture. And lo and behold, we are in a building where we have a sculptor working as an architect for the first time. And already we're getting a sense of what this design and what this room is about, and that is tension. Elements that Michelangelo puts in tension against each other to create almost a psychology to the space in which we find ourselves.